What's going on, people? Welcome to United View. Good evening. Welcome to another match preview. Another one versus West Ham. I actually forgot. I didn't forget, but it is weird that we are playing them again. Straight after the game, I was like, oh yeah, we're playing them again on Wednesday. So we got to get into it, man. There's a lot to talk about. It's Carabao Cup, in it, and this competition, you usually take it with a pinch of salt. However, the situation we're in, where we ain't won anything, we should be taking it fairly seriously. Look, if we only end the season with a Carabao Cup, obviously we're going to be disappointed. But in terms of what Ollie's done, it's a cup, and he hasn't won anything yet. We haven't won anything yet under Ollie, so there shouldn't be any things of him just disregarding it, which he won't. Our squad is now thick enough and strong enough for these type of midweek games for us to have some very good players on the pitch and see this out. A lot of changes are going to be in place for West Ham as well. We'll see what they do. Will Antonio play for them? We'll have to wait and see. He obviously he's a game behind because he missed out on the weekend, but they're probably going to want him for their weekend fixture. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But let's get into it, Man United wise. We do know, right, that Jesse Lingard's going to start this game. Obviously, Solskjaer's confirmed that a couple of days ago on the same day as the West Ham game. What a performance from him in his sort of 20-minute game. And it's interesting because you have to look at a lot of the other players, right, of who's potentially going to play this game. Let me first start off by giving you lot what my team would be. Yeah, what my team would be for this game. I think keeper-wise, Tom Heaton's on the bench. Do we just go with David De Gea? Probably go with David De Gea. If Tom Heaton's in net, I'm not madly upset with that. I don't know if you guys are, but I don't really mind. I'll go 60-40 David De Gea, yeah? Right back, Dallow's got to come in for me. You know, you want him to play this time next week against Villarreal, roughly. He needs to get some minutes in. So Dallow must come in, surely. Centre-backs, me personally, I'd just change them both. I'd rest Varane, I'd rest Maguire. And I'd just go with Lindelof and Bailly for this one. I really would. And I'd have Varane or Maguire on the bench. I can't see Ollie doing that, though. I think one of those two plays. I think Maguire plays, and he probably rests Varane and goes with Lindelof. But it'd be good for Eric Bailly to get some first minutes this season. So me personally, I'd go with Lindelof, Bailly. Left back, I'm not sure if Telles is actually back yet, which is actually a bit of an issue. I don't know if he's ready yet. So it might have to be Luke Shaw, which isn't ideal. We don't have another left back or anyone who can play there. We could, if worst comes to worst, you could put Dallow left back for this game. Then you have to play Wan-Bissaka again and ask him to play again on a weekend at 12:30 on Saturday against Villa. That's a tough ask. But again, it's a tough ask for Luke Shaw as well. So actually, I didn't really think about that. Hopefully, Telles is ready. There's no Brandon Williams to lean on. There's no Axel Tuanzebe to lean on. Unless he does something crazy like put Lindelof right back. Can't see that. And then play Dallow left back. Can't see that. It's too much. So I think Luke Shaw will probably play if Telles isn't ready. Midfield, Donny van der Beek. Fuck me. He has got to start this game. He's got to start this game. I saw a piece in Manchester Evening News again saying, it's always going to happen. The longer Donny goes without playing, the more speculation is going to be about him. But they were basically saying Donny's been urged to leave Man United to reignite his career. We know this. He's not in the Dutch squad again. Overlooked on a weekend against West Ham. And that's the thing. When the games are tight in the Premier League, we saw it against Southampton, didn't get on the pitch. We saw it again against West Ham. When the games are tight, Ollie's not turning to him to influence the game. He's going to go to the likes of a Sancho. He's going to go to the likes of a Lingard. And then he went with a Matic as well, who actually did impact the game very well. He's not looking to Donny to change anything, to bring anything new when we're in need. He ain't. Against Young Boys. Did Donny play against Young Boys? Yeah, he did. He started, actually, to be fair. Then he got sacrificed at half-time. So I suppose he started him in the first Champions League game. So that is a plus. But he must start this game somewhere. Bruno ain't going to play. So we know Jesse is. Is Jesse going to play on the left? Is he going to play in the middle? But my personal opinion, I would put Donny in there. He's going to go 4-2-3-1. We know that. So I'd play, say, Donny. And I want Matic to play on the weekend. I want Matic to play against Aston Villa, 12:30, me personally. So I would leave Matic out of this because I want him to play the full 90 against Aston Villa. And I would go with Van der Beek and Fred. I'd go with Van der Beek and Fred. I know it's Carabao Cup, because I don't want Fred to play against Aston Villa. I know he will, because Donny won't. But I would rest McTominay and Matic because I'd probably go with them or Pogba and Matic against Aston Villa. And I would go Donny van de Beek and Fred for this game. I'll put Jesse in a 10. And then up front, I'd rest Ronaldo. Hopefully Cavani's ready and he plays. Left wing, interesting, because you could put Jesse Lingard there. I wouldn't mind that if he goes left wing and then Donny goes in the 10. I wouldn't mind that. But then, Scott and Fred probably have to play again because I want Matic to play. I don't want Pogba to play this game. He should have a rest. And Martial needs a game as well. Martial needs a game. Like I was talking to the guys yesterday on the Full View crew. Big up yourselves. You guys watch the show. And everyone's sort of saying Martial's a forgotten man. Where is he going to fit in? He's got to play in this Carabao Cup game. Maybe even up front. If Cavani's not ready yet, play Martial up front. You play Martial up front. Jesse Lingard on the left or in the centre. If Jesse Lingard is on the left, then I'll put Donny in the 10. If Jesse Lingard's in the 10, then Donny will go in a two-man pivot. And then I'll give Jaden another start. I think, he only come on for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Then he only played, 34 minutes against Young Boys. So give him a start, see if he can get his first 90 minutes under his belt. And right wing, Mason looked a little bit off it on Wednesday night and he could probably do with a rest, but one of them's got to play twice, especially if Cavani ain't fit and we want to rest Ronaldo. So Mason might have to play again. He might have to play again, or failing that, you could, give Elanga a game if he's ready. He's been training. Put Elanga on one of them wings. So I want to see, but basically what I'm saying is I want to see a mixed team. We're going to see a mixed team from West Ham. We know that. They're going to make changes. They got a game on the weekend as well. So, they need to look at, and they're managing Europe as well. The week after they're going to be in Europe. So I expect to see a lot of changes. And it's still going to be a tough game. West Ham can give you, a run for your money at any time. But I do expect us to win this game, even with us playing a weakened team, but still going to be full of internationals, still going to be full of good players. But I just think the Ronaldo situation, I think it's time to look. If you ask Ronaldo, he's going to want to play the game. Yeah, there's no point asking Ronaldo. Of course, he wants to play the game. He wants to play every single game. That is what Ronaldo does. But I think Ollie should step in and say, listen, just sit this one out. Just Carabao Cup at home. It's a big game against Villa. He's going to have to be at it. And then it's a big game against Villarreal after that midweek. I know he's in incredible shape. I know he's a monster, a freak of nature. But you still have to rotate the squad, in my opinion. I know everyone's going to say, nah, just play him, let him keep racking up the goals. But even if you start him and he comes on for 10, 15 minutes, I don't mind that. But give Martial the start, man, or Cavani. You don't have to play Ronaldo every game. So I want to see that. And what I will say is on the Matic situation, I don't know what you guys think, but I said I want to keep him out of this game because I want him to play against Villa. I honestly think Matic should be playing more with what we currently have. Don't get me wrong, there are times when Matic is going to mess up. There's going to be times where people are going to run past him because he ain't got the legs. That can happen. But like I said, I've seen Paul Pogba dilly-dallying the ball in central midfield, people running past him. He's not really one to get about the pitch like that and work super hard as a defensive side of the game. It's not his game. Matic, I think, just brings a calmness. He brings a certain element of just reassurance in that area. And he more often than not, he makes the right passes. And I'm just confident in him snuffing things out and recycling the ball. You lot know how much of an admirer I am of him. Kind of like a Ricky 2.0, I think I'm basically doing, innit? Big up Ricky. But I can see what he brings to the team. And in there with Donny, would be great, but we're never going to see that. But for this game, it's a big game for Donny. But again, he's in the same position. If Donny plays this game, and drops a 10 out of 10, gets 2 goals and 2 assists, there's no chance in a million years he starts against Aston Villa on the weekend. That's just where he's at. And I think he's going to go through the season having not getting much game time again, and he's going to leave. He's going to leave, even maybe in January on loan if it doesn't work out, and then he might do what Jesse done. Just on Jesse, actually, there was a little bit earlier on today that I was reading. It was from Laurie Whitwell from The Athletic, and he was basically talking about that Jesse has, refused the first contract offer from Man United. One of the biggest things was game time, and it remains to be seen if Jesse's going to be happy with featuring regularly from the bench. 20 minutes here, 15 minutes here, half an hour here. Is he going to be happy with that going through the whole season? That's one question. And secondly, Laurie was talking about basically, keeping his option open and running his contract down. He can get a better deal. These are all things that footballers do think about, especially being in a position that they're in. You have to. It's a short career. This is Jesse's last big contract as well. And he wants to get it right. I have no issues with that at all. But I do think there's food for thought of how well he's actually potentially going to be able to play, because he's doing all right at the moment. He is, and I like what he's doing. And you know what? I said it yesterday on the show. Have we overlooked it as fans? Even though, yeah, of course, we were right to look up the amount of players that we got and say, Jesse may have fallen down the pecking order. But as you look at it now, he looks he's more informed than Sancho, because he doesn't need the time to accustomize himself to the team in the league. So he's ready to go over Sancho for me right now. I know I want to keep playing Sancho to get him up to speed, and that's what Jadon needs. But right now, as it is, Jesse's a go-to man off the bench, and Sancho come on at the same time as him, which was good. But Jesse was the star. Jesse was the one who got on the ball and made it happen. He done the same when he come on against Newcastle too, and Jadon Sancho come off in that game too. So I do feel like he'll have a bigger role than we initially thought. I do agree with that, because a lot of people were, including me, were on the side of Jesse's not going to play. But clearly he's had a big reassurance from Ollie that he's going to play, and the fact that Ollie is looking to him in these games, first off, shows that if he keeps performing, he's going to be pushing for a starting place. Let's not forget, Jesse was going to start the season. Ollie said it. If he didn't get COVID, Jesse was going to start this season. And God only knows, if Jesse would have started the season positively how he's playing now, scoring on the first day against Leeds, maybe getting a goal against Southampton in the second game, maybe getting a goal against Wolves, maybe getting a goal against, he did get a goal against Newcastle. If that would have happened, then, you have to look at it and say he probably would have been a mainstay throughout the whole team. So form changes managers' opinions. Look at what David De Gea has done. I want to talk a bit about David De Gea, because if you think about it, right, he's had to go for a lot. And I know people can say you're a professional, that's, you get paid to do that. A young guy comes and tries to take your spot, you got to respond if you're as good as you say you are. And it's true. But it's the first time he's really been actually challenged. And last year, let's not get it twisted, he was number 2. After he went away for the birth of his child and came back from that point on, I think it was the Chelsea game on, or the West Brom game on, whenever he went away on international duty last year, he was number 2. He'd lost his place. He was our cup goalkeeper. He was playing in Europa League, which actually was a good thing in my eyes, because we were getting to the business end of Europa League. But if you're only playing Europa League and not playing domestically, you're the number 2. You are the number 2. And that will, he spoke about it already in the press conference of Young Boys. He's saying that there's good players here. We have to fight for our positions. And he's done that. And now he's made quite a difficult decision for Ollie really easy. That's what he's done, because Ollie made it a difficult decision for himself, because he wants to put Dean Henderson as number 1. But he's got David there. David's an amazing servant to the club, and he's a world-class goalkeeper still, even now. But he wants to get the new kid in. But the new kid's doing quite well, etc., etc. Then he goes away and he's not really sure how to do it. And then Dean Henderson obviously was unwell during the Euros, injured. Now he's working his way back to fitness. But in that time, he's made it difficult or almost impossible for Ollie to drop him now. When Dean Henderson gets back fit after playing in the under-23s, he ain't walking. I think it'll be disgusting if he walks straight back in, because David De Gea is doing the business. He's doing the business. Is it the David De Gea from 3-4 years ago when he was player of the year all them times in a row? Probably not. But he's got a better defence in front of him now, so he doesn't have to face as much shots. The goals we have conceded so far this year, a couple of unlucky ones with deflections, and he couldn't do anything about them. The goal against Newcastle, couldn't do anything about. The goal against Leeds from Luke Ayling, what a strike that was, couldn't do anything about that. The goal against Southampton, was it Che Adams, deflected off Fred. And the goal against West Ham, deflected off Rafael Varane. I think that's all we've conceded. Yeah, we didn't concede against Wolves. Conceded what? So we've only conceded what? 3 goals? 4 goals. Newcastle, Southampton, Leeds, and West Ham. 4 goals. And none of them are his fault. And he's made big saves in them games as well. He's made some real good saves. And then you look at what he's done, with the penalty save the other day. His confidence is sky high. and that's how it should stay. He's in the groove now. You don't fuck with that. You leave it as it is. So he's probably made a really easy decision for Ollie there. One thing I wanted to touch on as well, actually, is since the new defensive coach coming in, set piece coach has come in, we ain't conceded from a set piece so far in what, 5 games in the league, and 1 in Europa League, so 6 games in total. And we ain't conceded from a set piece. Look, for not conceding in 6 games from set pieces, you can take it or leave it with how you want to interpret that. But I'll interpret it with the eye test of what I see from every corner that's delivered. It's either Maguire or Varane getting their heads on it, guys. I have to say that. They've been very good at defending corners. I think Pogba's had a couple of clearances from corners as well. That does look like something that is there and being built on. I do like the look of that. And against West Ham, set pieces, what they got, Ogbonna, Antonio's a threat. They got Souček, they got Rice, they got players who can attack the ball, and we dealt with that very well. And they got people who can deliver very well. They got Kufal, they got Cresswell, who can all deliver very well. Bowen's got a decent delivery. I dare say Ben Rama, when he needs to cross the ball, can cross very well. And I like what we've been doing. Look, we don't know what team West Ham's going to play. The way I see the game playing out as well, if we go back to the game, I think West Ham will sit back in, let us have the ball. There'll be moments where they try and put us under pressure, but it's not going to be their first team. They've got a lot to balance. I think it's going to be a low block. Not as deep as, say, a Newcastle, or as deep as, say, I don't know, a Norwich or a team like that who would come to Old Trafford. It won't be as defensive as that, but I do think we'll have the lion's share of the ball, like we did when they played their strongest team, bar Antonio, on Sunday. We still dominate possession because, by and large, we've got the type of players to do that. How well we do that over a mixed bag, I'm interested to see that, because one thing what we used to associate with our team beforehand, before we've got the transfers in that we do now, how many times did we used to say, as soon as we change our 11 from the first 11, it just goes to shit. There's no continuity, there's no cohesion, there's no style. It's a very bitty performance. We get bitty performances, and I know we can get that even with our first team, but it used to be so noticeable when the likes of Mata used to come in. Oh, I forgot about Mata, actually. No disrespect. When I was saying who could play on the right and stuff like that, yeah, Mata. Jeez, I forgot. Actually, Mata will probably start. In fact, sorry, just to go back, I lost the train of thought. I would actually just start Mata. I'd just start him. He's fine. He can play against West Ham. Give Mason a rest, man. We don't want none of our players burning out when we've got so much depth and quality in depth as well. So Martial needs to start. Lingard needs to start. Donny needs to start. They're 3 good players as it is. Ronaldo can come out. Pogba can come out. Bruno can come out. And I think Greenwood can come out as well. And then you get Mata in there. But anyway, back to the game. I think they let us have the ball. It's up to us to do it. I do think we'll be all right. I do think we'll win the game. I'm gonna go with... I think we'll concede though. I think we'll concede. We'll do something stupid, especially because we're going to make changes as well. And if Antonio plays, and because you never know, what if David Moyes goes a little bit stronger? What if he goes a little bit stronger than we think, and maybe plays Bowen again and Ben Rama with Antonio? That will cause problems. I doubt it. I think probably Yarmolenko will start. I don't really know who else they got, but. Yarmolenko will probably start. Antonio will probably start, get him going, and we might take him off because he probably needs some minutes in the legs. I can see that happening. So whilst Antonio's on the pitch, and someone like Ben Rama or Lanzini, they can cause you problems against a makeshift defence, even though we're going to on the counter. So I just feel like a goal, there'll just be some lucky crap goal that will probably happen. So I'm going to go 3-1. I think we'll score 3. I think we should be fine. But look, it is what it is. It's the Carabao Cup, in it. And look, how serious should we be taking this competition? Touching it at the beginning of the video. We're not in any position to be turning down trophies. Of course, the Carabao Cup is not the pinnacle for Man United, but look how serious City take it. Look how serious Pep Guardiola takes that cup every year. What have they won it? 4 times in a row? 3 times in a row? Whatever, I lost count. But they take that shit seriously. They knocked us out in the semi-finals. The year before last, 2-legged. Remember when they beat us up 3-0 at home, and then the second leg we won away, but we went out. Did they knock us out the Carabao Cup last year as well? Who knocked us out the Carabao Cup last year? Can't even remember. Was it them again? That's going to annoy me. I need to see who knocked us out the Carabao Cup last year. Actually, I don't care. But anyway, was it Leicester? No, that was the FA Cup. Who knocked us out the Carabao Cup last year? Was it City? Again. I honestly can't remember. But I don't care. Anyway, whatever it is, we're not in a position to be nitpicking and saying, oh, I don't want to win that. Don't want to win that. Yeah, we're in a position to, you know, go for it. But at the end of the day, it was Man City. Yeah, it was 3-2. Yeah. Right, cool. Yeah, I thought so. But anyway, yeah, we were in a position to look at it and say we need to make changes. We can make changes, and that's what we should be doing. There's no point having this type of squad, right, and not making changes. I don't want to see that. So I think we will see changes. But in terms of, like I said, Ollie and what he needs to bring, he needs silverware. Ollie's not going to be picky about what he wins. He does want one of the big cups, obviously. Champions League, that's the pinnacle. We know that. FA Cup will go away. Carabao Cup is the least of them, but you know, it's a trophy. Don't get me wrong. If we get to the end of the season and we haven't challenged for the league, right, and we're way off it, and we finish, say, third, say 10 points off the top, and we win a Carabao Cup, is that a good season? Not really. Only positive is that, he managed to win his first trophy, which can be a springboard for stuff. But you know, another good thing about the Carabao Cup as well, and this is where you got to look at City and people who and when they win it, what they go on to do, because that final is in February. I think what it can do is give you that winning feeling for the back end of the season. I'm here all for that. So if you do win the Carabao Cup, I think it's less about saying, okay, we won the League Cup. Yeah, you enjoy that for the day, but you're still in the real business end of the season. You're in February, March, April, May. You got 4 months. Yeah, or it might be at the end of Feb, so you might have 3 months, yeah? And depending on where we are in the league by that time, touch wood, we are top of the league. Touch wood, we are 5 points off, 3 points off. We are in the conversation in the title race by February. You go and win the Carabao Cup. It gives the players a lift. It gives the energy around the place a lift. It breeds the winning mentality, even though it's only the League Cup. So it can be used as a springboard. Or if you know you've got a final to look forward to, because in January, you know, you won your semi-final to get through to the final, and you know you've got a final to look forward to. Again, them games in January or those games throughout February, they just give a little bit of complexion. They give a feel-good factor about the place, and that's always welcome because we need to be in a strong position by then. I don't see it as a distraction. I see it as a positive to be in a final, and then obviously a positive to win a trophy in February. It can't be a negative, can it? Any trophy you win's a positive. Do you know what I mean? So it shouldn't be held as, oh my God, Ollie's done amazing. Wow, we won the Carabao Cup. We celebrated on the day. You say it's his first trophy. You quickly move on because we by that point, hopefully we're in the league and Champions League by then. And fighting on all fronts for big trophies. But it can be the catalyst and the confidence that you need, that this squad will need going forward into that. So for me, I want to see us win it, of course. But there's so much more to the season than that. It can't just be a Carabao Cup thing. Not a chance. So yeah. I'm going 3-1. That's my prediction. That's the preview done. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are saying, what you think the score is going to be. Team selection, how do you think that's going to go? Obviously, on the night, tomorrow evening, we will have KG with the match view. We'll have Owen with the match reaction, along with DJ probably. Jack will be at the game, so I will speak to him outside the ground. And we'll have all the fan views to go as well. So, guys, I am out of here. I've gone with a 3-1. Let me know what you've gone with. Subscribe if you're new. We hit 73k now as well. Or was it 72? Can't remember. But we're doing really well. Road to 75k. We'll take it in little chunks. And obviously road to 100k that day. I can't wait. Anyway, guys, take care. Speak soon.